Hey basketball guys, we have news. Let's go to more Los Angeles Lakers news. But first, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. Will the Lakers sign a new star? Maybe, but to do so they will need to get rid of a lot of players and first and second round picks. The names of great players who would help the Lakers a lot next season have been suggested, and they are not famous stars, but are solid players. Of the 4 centers that are being suggested, if the Lakers sign 2 of them, one is a starter and one for the rotation, it would leave the Lakers with a great roster. The Los Angeles Lakers have an opportunity to improve their roster by implementing the taxpayer mid-level exception. Given their interest in acquiring big men in the offseason, we take a look at 4 players the team could attempt to sign. The Los Angeles Lakers have entered the offseason with a very clear plan of action. Given their poor performance in this year's playoffs, exacerbating their flawed roster construction, the Purple and Gold charted out the need for a roster upgrade, starting with the addition of big men. The Lakers are effectively devoid of centers at the moment. With Jackson Hayes becoming a free agent, unlikely to return as per recent rumors, the Purple and Gold have no size on the roster. A decimated frontcourt rotation doesn't bode well for a team with title aspirations. Especially considering that they feature 2 immensely versatile players who can navigate the pick-and-roll in Luka Doncic and LeBron James, it is also a necessity to supplement their skills with relevant talent. The organization has dedicated its efforts to acquire a center, having been linked in rumors to several potential big men targets on the market. The Lakers' number 55 pick in this year's draft is also expected to be a big man, unless the team chooses to include it as part of a deal. Given the team's salary cap crunch, it is difficult to facilitate the acquisition of a center in free agency. However, the team still has the taxpayer mid-level exception, a mechanism that may trigger a hard cap on the second apron, but also allow them to sign a talented big man to strengthen their bench. With the taxpayer MLE available to them, the team has some flexibility. And with some effective veteran big men in the free agency market, we take a look at 4 players the Lakers could attempt to sign. Clint Capella. The Los Angeles Lakers have long since shown interest in acquiring Clint Capella. Coming off a relatively mediocre season with the Atlanta Hawks, Capella fits the profile for what the Purple and Gold require from their big man. Last season, Capella played a limited role for the Hawks. Although a starter, he only averaged 21.4 minutes a game, playing a secondary role behind Hawks youngster Onyeka Okongwu. Regardless, the 31-year-old showed some upside, averaging 8.9 points and 8.5 rebounds per game, boasting solid numbers under the rim and averaging 1.0 blocks per game. Although Capella is far from being in his prime, he remains an extremely productive center when given playing time. He could be an ideal fit next to Doncic, who is known to reward his big men rolling off screens. Capella was on a 2-year, $42.8 million deal with the Hawks. Earning north of $22 million a season, the Lakers may face some challenges acquiring him with the taxpayer MLE. In this regard, the attempt may be considered optimistic. Al Horford. Boston Celtics center Al Horford could be a tremendous addition to the Lakers roster, especially off the bench. The big man was one of the driving forces behind the Celtics' title charge last season, and with championship experience, the veteran brings a lot of intangibles to the table. Horford is an impressive prospect for the Purple and Gold. Although he is 39 years old, he remains an active force on both ends of the floor. His ability to establish himself in the post while also being able to stretch the floor with his outside shooting makes him a versatile offensive weapon. Additionally, a veteran with experience on defense is always lethal. The Celtics' big man averaged 9.0 points and 6.2 rebounds while shooting 36.3% from three-point range last season. Considering that he played 27.7 minutes per game, it is safe to say that these numbers are very reliable figures for a bench player. Given Boston's salary cap crunch and Horford's age, it is unlikely that they will re-sign him out of free agency. However, the Lakers could make a legitimate push to acquire him to strengthen their bench. Kevin Looney. December 8, 2024, San Francisco, California, USA. Golden State Warriors forward Kevin Looney, 5, drives to the basket against Minnesota Timberwolves forward center Julius Randle, 30, in the fourth period at Chase Center. Mandatory credit, David Gonzalez. Main images. Golden State Warriors big man Kevin Looney could be a great addition to the Lakers. With Looney heading into free agency and the likelihood of Golden State focusing on developing their younger frontcourt players, the purple and gold could very realistically make a push to acquire him. Looney has been the Warriors' most reliable interior player for the better part of his career. Setting solid screens and grabbing clutch rebounds practically became the big man's calling card during this time. Unfortunately, last season saw a massive shift for the Warriors center. A consistent reduction in playing time also meant reduced opportunities to showcase his talents. Hence, his averages of 4.5 points and 6.1 rebounds can be considered misleading since he only played 15 minutes a game. Looney's durability is beyond question, and his 3 NBA titles speak for themselves. At only 29 years old, he also has enough in the tank to be a key contributor off the bench. Although he won't be the lob threat the Lakers need, he would certainly be a massive addition to their frontcourt depth. Steven Adams. Houston Rockets center Steven Adams has been a trending name on the free agent market this offseason. The Rockets' big man has garnered a lot of attention from teams around the league, and the Lakers happen to be one of them. Adams is an ideal fit for the purple and gold for a variety of reasons. His innate strength and physique make him an imposing presence down low. Known for setting bone-crushing screens, the 31-year-old would help facilitate the flow of the Lakers' offense as well. Last season, Adams recorded an average of 3.9 points and 5.6 rebounds per game. This was primarily because he only averaged 13.7 minutes per game on Houston's young roster. His inconsistent run-ins with injury haven't been a positive side either. Although the links to Adams have been strong, recent rumors have indicated that the Rockets are keen on bringing him back for next season. While this could make things challenging for the purple and gold, they could benefit from attempting it all the same. Recently traded forward would be perfect fit next to Doncic and LeBron for Lakers. The Los Angeles Lakers have an obvious trade target for this offseason. When LeBron James made the decision in 2014 to return to the Cleveland Cavaliers, Andrew Wiggins was put in a tough spot. The Canadian had to field questions about whether the Cavaliers, and by extension James, wanted him on the team. The 2025 offseason could be a full-circle moment. The answer to that question ultimately proved to be no. Wiggins was traded from the Cavaliers to the Minnesota Timberwolves before playing a single game for the team that drafted him. James got a new trio of himself, Kyrie Irving, and Kevin Love, in the process. Over a decade later, LeBron is searching for one last championship in his legendary career alongside his new superstar running mate, Luka Doncic. The player Wiggins has become during his career has positioned him to serve as an excellent complement to boost the Los Angeles Lakers' title hopes. Wiggins' two-way impact improves forward fit around Doncic and LeBron. The fit of Rui Hachimura alongside Doncic and James has quickly come under scrutiny after a premature first-round exit to the Minnesota Timberwolves. This has led many to believe the Lakers are better off trading the starting forward. If that is indeed the route that Los Angeles wants to take, pairing Hachimura with another expiring contract can easily add up to the salary needed to acquire Wiggins. The Miami Heat forward is set to make $28.2 million in the 2025-26 season. Wiggins arrived at South Beach this past season after the Golden State Warriors used him as a part of the trade package that landed them Jimmy Butler. Those interested in seeing the former All-Star back in California will hope that Wiggins has not bought property in Florida just yet. The Warriors allowed the former Rook of the Year to finally tap into his athletic upside on the defensive end, molding him into a capable two-way forward. That helped Wiggins become a key component of the team that went on to win the 2022 NBA Finals. The idea of bringing Wiggins to Los Angeles was something floated on Jovan Buha's recent Q&A session on an episode of Buha's Block. The Lakers insider was similarly a fan of the idea. Among the realistic options, he is someone that would check a lot of boxes, Buha stated. It's no shade at Rui, a guy like Wiggins, or someone of that ilk, could come in and plug some of those holes as a more natural wing defender. On top of that, there would be an opportunity for the 11-year veteran to get some pretty easy looks from distance next to Doncic and LeBron. Wiggins is a career 35.6% shooter from distance. Those numbers look even better when assessing his averages from the start of his first full season with the Warriors in 2020-21 until now. The three-point percentage jumps up to 38.1% in that case. If Rob Pelinka wants someone in the starting lineup who fits better with his two superstars than Hachimura, there are far worse options than Wiggins out there. The Heat just need to be sold on moving on from their recent acquisition. Where Dalton Knecht might fit into Lakers' rotation next season. The Los Angeles Lakers tried trade Dalton Knecht last season in a move to get Mark Williams from the Hornets. That would have given them a center that they felt good about moving forward. Instead, the trade was cancelled because of concern due to the physical that they got back on Williams. They had to roll with Jackson Hayes as their starting center. It was clear that the Lakers didn't want Knecht. Even so, he returned to LA and tried to play the best that he could with the minutes that he was given. Dalton Knecht could fall out of the Lakers' rotation if things don't go well. At the end of the year, Knecht was on the fringes of the rotation anyway. He didn't play much in the playoffs either. That doesn't bode well for his future. According to Lakers insider Jovan Buha, Knecht might end up being an eighth man at best for the Lakers next year. Knecht has shown flashes of being a really good player, but the Lakers must not trust him to be ready for things quite yet. That's disappointing, considering how good he was at the beginning of this season. It's clear that the Lakers didn't see much of a long-term future with him since they already tried to ship him out of town. It wouldn't be surprising to see them try to do so again either this summer or next season before the deadline. The Lakers need more players who can play defense. Knecht is a solid defensive player, but he's far from a shutdown guy. With the Lakers being in win-now mode, they could look to move him for more of a defensive player. Los Angeles needs to win a title in the next couple of seasons to validate the years that LeBron James has left in the NBA. That's why Knecht doesn't have much time to grow with this team. Last year as a rookie, Knecht averaged 9.1 points, 2.8 rebounds, and 0.8 assists per game. He shot 46.1% from the field and 37.6% from three. Praising his off-season work, Magic Johnson sends a clear message to Luka Doncic: "We expect championships." The Los Angeles Lakers exploded a megaton bomb on the NBA landscape when they traded Anthony Davis for Luka Doncic in February. The trade was so shocking that most people thought ESPN insider Shams Charania, who broke the news, had been hacked. Luka had his moments in his first half-season in purple and gold, but a meek first-round playoff exit confirmed that the Lakers still have a long way to go to be true title contenders. Luka's first 7 years in the league have been historically good, but although the stats speak for themselves, he's always been dogged about his conditioning. If he's this good while looking like a guy who could dominate an all-you-can-eat wings contest at the local bar, the thinking goes, imagine what he could do if he traded in a six-pack of beer for a six-pack of abs. Luka seems to have been hitting the weight room already this offseason after Lakers head coach J.J. Redick's thinly veiled call-out following Game 5 of the Wolves series, and he's drawn praise for his slimmer look. Lakers legend Magic Johnson appeared on Get Up this morning, and while he was happy to see that Luka was taking Redick's conditioning directive to heart, he also made it clear that it's the on-court results that really matter. That's a lot of pressure to put on the new guy in town, but as one of the top players in the league, Luka should be ready to handle outsized expectations. The Lakers' problems extend far beyond Luka Doncic's conditioning. Magic wants Luka to be the most recent in the long line of Lakers champions, but he didn't put the full onus on the Slovenian superstar. He also mentioned Lakers president of basketball operations Rob Pelinka, who Magic said has to improve the roster in multiple ways. "We need a big man, and so hopefully we'll be able to get a big man during this offseason," Magic said. "I think we must improve the bench as well. We gotta get faster," he said to Jay Williams. "Right now the Lakers are too slow, and Minnesota really exposed them." Magic raises a bunch of valid points. The Lakers had one of the oldest rosters in the league even after trading 32-year-old Anthony Davis for the 26-year-old Luka, And it's not only because LeBron is the NBA's oldest active player. Aside from that, LA was 23rd in the league in transition points per game. The Lakers were 17th in team defensive rating. This, despite improbably having a month-long stretch where they played the best defense in the league after trading away Davis, a 5-time All-Defensive Team member. As Magic said, the Wolves relentlessly hunted Luka and Austin Reeves in the playoffs, and LA had little answer for Anthony Edwards or Julius Randle. It's going to take an enormous collective effort for the Lakers to get back to title contention quickly. In Luka and LeBron, they have a great foundation, but LeBron only has so long left to play at such a high level. This upcoming season could be the last real chance for James to get ring number 5. He'll need a best shape of his life Luka and a seriously revamped roster around him to do it.